Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your...
Anyone ever tell you look like a penis with a little hat on?
last photo news fix of 2022.
Happy New Year.
This fix is brought to you by Skittles.
Discover the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Okay, fine, it's not, but it's brought to you by our FroKnowsPhoto triple play bundle of presets. If you're looking to speed up your raw workflow or give yourself a great starting point on both desktop and mobile, then boy oh boy do I have something for you. The FroPack bundle includes FroPack 1, 2, and 3, and that means you get every preset that we've ever made, including, you guessed it, Skittles. Oh yeah, and from now until the end of the year, which is pretty soon, if you pick up FroPack 1, 2, 3, or the triple play bundle, or you already own them, you will score extra entries into the Super Huger Mega Camera giveaway for your chance to win $4,999 of my own money to spend on anything you want at Alan's camera. To grab the triple play bundle, head on over to FroKnowsPhoto.com/FroPack3. First up, it's all over.
Turn on the light.
Sports photographers are officially being replaced by robots.
By a machine that could think.
AFP, or Agent France Press, France, shared a video showing how their robotic camera system worked during the World Cup.
He did what in his cup?
At the heart of the system is a pod, and inside this pod you have your camera, lens, networking, power, and the ability to roll. You know, the pod. In this case, they were using the Nikon Z9 with a 100 to 400 millimeter lens. And I quote, "We can take manual control with a control panel or through the software, or we can actually use a controller." Now they said PlayStation controller, but it doesn't actually look like a PlayStation controller, to trigger photos and do minor adjustments, said an AFP person. Now the most insane statement was this one: "We can track any player on the pitch, or we can track the ball using the sensor in the ball as well." How insane is that? The truth of the matter is, today just about all athletes from pros to college all the way down to youth are now being tracked by some sort of sensors. They might be in the player's pads, shoes, helmets, or even their balls.
An all-new helmet.
So for this machine to be able to track players at this point is pretty expected. Though I don't think all sports photographers will be replaced anytime soon.
Preparing the machine that had replaced him.
I do think more and more robotic cameras like this one will find their ways into the big games, getting the big shots. Now, as time goes on, I do suspect that these robots will start to find their ways into consumers' hands, and soon you'll see a bunch of them out at Johnny's Little League games, as well as Rebecca's cheer practice, though you might get arrested if you do the latter. Next up, just when you thought Pentax was dead, oh, who am I kidding? Pentax is dead.
Ain't dead yet.
Anyway, nonetheless, Ricoh, who owns Pentax, has announced that they will be, get this, developing a new film camera, or more precisely, looking into the viability of developing and releasing a film camera. There has been a rebirth in interest in film cameras recently, Ricoh says. "We want to use the film camera skills and technologies developed over the years by Ricoh Imaging / Pentax and provide camera enthusiasts around the world with new film camera products. What they want to do is take some of their old film camera engineers, which I can only imagine at this point are very, very old, and see if they can work together with the new propeller heads,
Runs on leftover fry oil from Hunan Palace.
aka younger engineers, before deciding if this is a good idea." Phone call. I wonder who that could be. Hello? Ah, it's a young Pentax engineer. Oh, you want to do what? You want to remove the film altogether in favor of recording digitally? I think you missed the assignment. You're fired. A little while ago, Leica announced that they would be bringing back the M6 film camera with some modern updates, so maybe Ricoh saw this and said, #MeToo.
Oh, too soon?
Yeah.
Now, you guys know my thoughts on kids shooting film these days, then scanning the film, tossing a filter on it, all before posting it online and telling people how amazing film is. Yeah, I've been outspoken about that for a little while. Now, it may shock you, but I kind of like this idea.
Come again?
If there's enough demand for Pentax to carve out a niche here in the market, then I'm totally cool with it. My only question is, will they name it the K1001? And finally, Lens Rentals is back with their most rented cameras and lenses of the year list. And you might be shocked to find that Nikon leads that list. And if
Fourth
Fourth?
In camera brand market share is leading the list, then they're number one. Anyway, let me hit you with the top 10 most popular photography and videography gear of 2022 rented at Lens Rentals.
10,
Canon 70-200 2.8 EF.
9,
Sony FX3.
8,
Canon 5D Mark IV. Really? You hear that, Steven? There's still a market for yours used.
7,
Canon 24-70 2.82 EF.
6,
Sony 70-200 2.8.
5,
Canon RF 70-200 2.8.
4,
Canon C70.
3,
Sony A7S3.
2,
Canon R6.
1.
Number one on the list is the Canon EOS R5. Now, in terms of market share by brands, Canon led the list with 35.77%, followed by Sony with 31.06%, Blackmagic with 5.77%, Nikon with 5.29%, and Panasonic with 4.12%. Now, I was a little surprised to see more Canon EF lenses rented than RF, but when you think about it, Canon also led the list when it comes to lens brand rented with 37.27%, followed by Sony with 19.09%, Sigma with 9.66%, Nikon with 8.49%, and Zeiss with 3.30%. So what does this all mean? Well, based on the numbers, it looks like Canon and Sony are well ahead of the rest when it comes to gear being rented from Lens Rentals. Now, I went to see if Borrow Lenses had a list put out for 2022, and it turns out that their blog page hasn't been updated since March 4th of 2022, which is pretty bad for a company like that.
Impressively fair.
Anyway, there you have it. That's your final photo news fix for 2022. Thank you all very much for watching, and I look forward to bringing you more news in 2023. Jared, Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.